Whoa.
Hey, it's finale!
Woohoo! Look at that.
BB18 is wrapped, you guys.
It's over. We have a winner. And drinks.
Who is surprised by that finale?
I'm happy. As you all know, last week
that's right.
I publicly admitted that I had a soft spot for Nicole. I was rooting for her to win, so I was very happy, but I was very shocked at the same time. I did not think it was going to happen.
There were a lot of people who were saying if Paul was in the final two, he has it hands down.
Yeah.
That was an interesting finale, but let's start from the beginning. So we knew that Paul won the first round, but we got to see it play out.
Yep.
Interesting comp, okay. It looked like Nicole and James just slipped off.
Just fell right off.
It did not look like James was throwing it.
No.
It looked like he was really trying to hang on.
And it seemed like it was over a lickety-split.
Yeah. Second one was a really cool comp, I thought.
I thought so too. They had to know answers to questions, put these things in the car, and then take a picture of the car. There were just multiple levels, and they were running through the maze at the line.
That maze was long. Oh. I was like,
and
over it.
I was like, they're running like miles back and forth. Like, I mean, maybe I'm
And Nicole hustled the whole time. And then you saw James like out of breath, like
huffing and puffing,
sledging through.
Yeah.
Even though he seemed like he did well at the comp, like at least that's the way it looked like with editing. He was
much slower. Yeah, she finished in like 7 minutes, and he finished in 19.
Yeah.
So she owned that second competition. So then we go to the third competition.
Third competition, you guys. The Scales of Just Us.
Yeah, which I thought
classic.
I thought that the questions this year, a lot of them were like curveball, weird, can't guess them questions.
Yeah.
Like usually I feel like it's a little bit more predictable.
Yeah.
But these, a lot of them were like, I have no idea which way this is going to go.
I guessed wrong along with Paul and Nicole.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot. Yeah, they were really hard this season for whatever reason.
But Paul pulled it out. He got a couple more right than Nicole, and he
missed the Victor one though, did you?
He did. Yeah. Yes, that's right. But he wins, and he's very emotional, as Paul tends to be.
So at this point, I'm not surprised. Like, it's a toss-up usually. This is a competition that could go either way. I was getting them wrong, they were getting them wrong, and Paul pulls it out. So now we know at this point, Paul was going to take Nicole. There was no debate whatsoever. I thought it was interesting, though, that he stood up there and tried to make James look bad, and at that point, like, why?
Right.
Why are you trying to like make things dirty?
And also his logic, I thought, was a little weird, because he was like, I've been stabbed in the back, and I'm not gonna let you stab me in the back again. I'm like, what can James do at this point to stab you in the back?
And also, you're trying to get his vote.
Yeah, right.
So that really is the only, like, we're not talking about backstabbing anymore. We're talking about a vote.
Yeah.
It was very, very weird, and I didn't like it because I just thought it was just extra dirt you were throwing around.
Right, yeah. And Nicole, too, was like, what was that about? Like, what does that mean? And Paul's like, don't worry, the jury didn't hear it. Don't worry, it wasn't for the jury, blah, blah, blah. But it was just a strange speech.
Did anyone else find that, like, odd that he was a jerk to James?
Yeah. All you have to do is get up and be like, James, you're evicted. Like, you don't have to make a whole speech.
Anyway, so James is the last one to enter the jury. The jury was sad to see him there.
Yes, Devon wanted to see anybody but Paul. She wanted Paul to stay in that house. She did not want Paul to be on the jury.
I thought was a hint that she was voting for Paul. I thought what she was saying by that was, I don't want to have to vote for Nicole. And Paul would make me vote for Paul instead of Nicole. That was my interpretation.
And she knew that she would vote for Nicole if Nicole were up next to James.
That's what I thought. I was wrong, but we'll get to that.
Right.
Should we talk about the jury with Will at all?
Yeah, let's do that.
It wasn't as explosive as I thought it was going to be with all of the whole Polly and Day crap.
Right.
We didn't know what this was going to be. But really, it just turned out to be Michelle crying.
A lot.
Which I love, and I adore her cry.
Yeah. But she,
it's hilarious.
There were several people, people were really talking about Paul and his game, but there were also several people talking about the merits of Nicole's game. Victor was one of them, Corey, Devon was saying that Nicole played a great game, and Big Mish she just hates Nicole so much, and she just refused to acknowledge that Nicole's game was good in the slightest.
It was so hard for her that she didn't have words. She couldn't explain what Nicole did wrong, why she hates Nicole so much. She just like started to cry.
Yeah.
Which I hated, because look, if you don't like someone, fine, but tell us why.
Yeah. Just be articulate.
Right. I mean, the last time she hated someone so much was Bridget, and we found out it was because she had a crush on Frank.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, I don't really trust why you hate Nicole so much.
Did you have a crush on Corey?
Yeah.
And Nicole got together with Corey, and you're like upset about that? Like, cause
that's what I'm thinking now.
Because you didn't give us anything else to think, you know?
Didn't they end the jury deliberation with Will on the note that Day said, you guys did a lot of good work, but Nicole was pulling the strings.
Yes, yeah.
And end on that, and you're like, whoa, hey-o.
Yeah, she was
like,
in
real life, they didn't end on that.
She said Nicole was a puppet master and y'all were Pinocchio.
Yes.
Oh, Day is such a soundbite machine.
She is.
So good.
We love some Day.
Yeah.
Also, during the jury deliberation, Bridget brought up words that came out of Paul's mouth. Big Brother did not try to hide it. They aired that clip of him calling Michelle the C word.
Yeah.
Multiple times. Everyone is aware that he did that.
Yeah.
And I thought Bridget brought up an interesting point. Can you ever let that go? Some words, you cross a line. And I don't care how great of a game player you are, do I want to give you this win?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a really valid thing, because me just internally, this is some personal insight on Sarah, I really gave Paul a lot of credit and kept pushing aside that he's used that word, but that word is so offensive.
Yes.
And I was like internally trying to justify like why I would let that word go and give him the win.
Right.
Because I just personally liked his gameplay better than Nicole. I still think Nicole played a great game.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I want her to win it? She didn't use any offensive words.
Right. And that's what's interesting, thinking about jury management. If you're still in the house, how is the jury going to vote? Are they going to vote emotionally? Are they going to vote strategically? And that's the tricky thing. You just never know, but you have to like play all of your cards right so that people aren't, you know, voting against you for one reason.
Nicole didn't have great jury management anyway.
No, she didn't.
She just cut people and was like, bye-bye.
And she had so much blood on her hands.
Yes. One of the first questions that was asked from the jury was to Paul, alluding to the C word.
Yeah, Natalie
things that he said. And I was very disappointed that he did not answer it.
So disappointed.
He didn't even hint, he didn't say anything like, you know, sometimes you get carried away. Words come out. You know, I apologize for some things. Yes.
Yeah.
So some things I didn't mean. He didn't, I don't think he even understood what she was alluding to, because he just said, I'm loud and crazy. That's me.
And it's all love.
No,
it's not all love.
That's so offensive.
Yeah.
So it was upsetting that he didn't answer that question, and I feel like that had something to do with the vote.
I think so. That was by far his worst response to any of the questions asked of him. I thought he was great in general in the Q&A because he's a good talker.
Oh yeah, and his speech was great.
Perfect. Like, it was amazing, his final speech. Such a good speech. But that was like a swing and a miss on that question because he did not answer that properly.
And Nicole's speech was better than I thought it would be. She's not great talking, and then, you know, she trailed off and flubbed at the end.
Right.
But I was actually impressed with her speech overall.
Yeah, she like knew the moves that she wanted to point out and to make her case, and she did a good job. And the thing I will say, so back to the individual questions, I liked when Michelle asked Nicole, we're struggling as a jury to pinpoint the big move that like got you this far in the game. What is it? And Nicole had an answer ready, and I hadn't even really considered that, but I liked her answer.
Right. No, she did. She had a great answer. And I was like analyzing Natalie's face because it was all dependent on Natalie.
Yeah, right.
She was like, I made Natalie do blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I wanted to see Natalie be like, oh no, she did.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
no, whatever. She did not. But she didn't really.
But Natalie was like, oh, did she?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Is that when the game changed? Is that why I'm sitting here and Nicole's sitting in the house right now?
You're like, oh, you got me.
Yeah. And to hear Nicole talk so frankly about like, Natalie should have put me and Corey up, but I convinced her not to. Like, I was like, whoa, Nicole, like, you did make a big move there.
Yeah. I still have to say, these votes, these individual votes, okay, I paused it at this point on my DVR, right before they pulled out the keys.
Yeah.
And tried to see exactly, like, in this moment now, who voted what.
Sure.
And I really couldn't. I was, like, confused. I was like, Pauly could go either way.
Yeah.
Zakia's gonna do whatever Pauly does.
Yep.
But I don't know what that is.
Natalie, I'm not sure which way she's going.
Right, Natalie and Bridget were toss-ups for me as well.
Yeah.
Do they go to this guy who said an offensive word, or do they go to this girl that got out all the girls? Like, what do you do?
The only two votes that I think were definite either way was Victor for Paul and Corey for Nicole, obviously. And then I think there were people who were leaning one way or the other, but I like you said, I couldn't really pinpoint, like, this is the way it's gonna go.
So now, James is in this predicament where Paul made it sound like Nicole burned James. Because James said, were you going to be loyal or whatever?
Yes.
And he said, I was just looking for who gave me the information. I didn't really think that was an honest answer. I think he was always going for Nicole.
Yes, yeah.
But he made it sound like Nicole gave me all of your information. So to James, that means Nicole burned him.
Backstabbed, yeah.
But also, Paul just burned him.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah, Paul just evicted you.
I was like, who's the worst burn?
Right.
He was aligned with Nicole the majority of the season. He was never really aligned with Paul.
Right, no.
So, okay. James votes for Paul.
The person who just evicted him from the Big Brother house.
Okay, we know who Corey and Victor voted for.
Yeah.
But then Pauly votes for Nicole. And I was like, oh shoot, that means we've got another vote for Nicole coming.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what we had. Then Natalie votes for Nicole.
Yes.
And then Bridget votes for Paul.
And of course Michelle votes for Paul.
Of course, Michelle.
Of course. So
and
4-4.
And of course it was produced perfectly. So we had
it was
tie,
so good. It was so
and we had to wait for that last key. They're both like,
covering their faces like they can't even handle the pressure.
And I seriously, when they read Nicole's name, I was like,
couldn't believe it.
What
and Nicole
just
couldn't believe it
happened?
Either.
And Paul couldn't believe it either.
Yeah.
Paul thought he had this win in his pocket.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people online were like, not taking James, $500,000 mistake.
Yeah. And Day said that too.
I personally think using the C word was a $500,000 mistake.
Yeah.
But he thought he had it no matter what.
He did. He thought he would win versus Nicole or James.
Yeah, it wasn't a matter of which one do I take. It's which one do I think deserves second place is what he was thinking.
Yes, and he didn't want James anywhere near any kind of prize money. And that was a mistake for him because he could have won $500,000 against James.
Yeah.
Don't know what else to say about that. And Nicole was shocked too. She said in like post-show interviews, she thought Paul was going to win. She thought Paul would defeat her easily. Yeah. She was just as shocked as everybody else was, I think.
But history was made.
That's right.
Our first female beat a male.
Yeah, and Julie acknowledged that. I loved that she acknowledged that.
That was really cool.
That was great. You know, we've been, I think, overdue for a while for a female winner. And
I think that Nicole is one of those players that even if you hated her all through the summer, by next summer, you're gonna love Nicole.
Yeah.
She's gonna go down as a great player.
Yeah.
I'm A-okay with this.
I am too. I am too.
At the end of the summer, it turned out to be a good summer.
It did.
It turned out to be a really great season. Game. I mean, minus all the sexism and the contentious jury house
thing that just
which actually happens. Some people love.
Yeah.
I don't personally love it, but that was a really good season.
Yeah.
And guess
now
what? We don't have to wait long.
No, Big Brother Over the Top starts next week. They're announcing a cast on Monday. I guess they're going into the house on Wednesday, right? That's the first activity.
Yes, that's the first thing that we get to start watching on Wednesday. And we will see the house guests come in. We will get to see who won the vote. Is it going to be Jose or Jason?
Yeah.
You guys, if Jose walks in the house, I don't know what I'm going to do.
If Jose pops out of a suitcase,
I'm going to lose it. That was like, do you want this funny, hilarious guy that people love, or do you want the Messiah?
Yeah. Yeah. What? Jason is like a Big Brother super fan.
So bizarre.
He is a historian.
They didn't know what show he was on. He was just like, can I have a reality show?
Yeah. Well, I'm the Messiah. No. Please do not bring him back.
But cool that we get to vote. I think that helps pull people in who are not used to watching online. I think this is for TV viewers. And that's apparently going to be a theme for the whole season because America gets to pick the winner of Big Brother Over the Top. You guys, I want more influence. Let's do this. Okay, so also, I have exciting news that I haven't been able to say anything about, but I was actually part of the casting for this season of Big Brother Over the Top. Not just part of it, like finalist. Almost on the show. They called me and I lost my mind. I was so excited. I've always said I would never go on this show. It's too hard. And then as soon as I get a call, I'm like, I will go on this show. I will do this. I will quit my job. It was so crazy. It was so exciting. I got cut right before the house guests go into the house. Yeah. So instead I'm here to talk about it all, but I hope to recognize some of the house guests that made it so I can talk to you guys about it.
Yeah.
So we'll go over that next week when we start those videos, but I'm very excited to be able to talk about that with you guys.
Me too, me too.
Yay! Well, thank you so much for joining us for BB18.
The longest season in Big Brother history. We made it through.
99 days?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
And here we're still standing.
Woo!
Cheers.
All right, we will see you guys next week.